considering relocating to Salem, Oregon, or anywhere in the many surrounding areas, today we are going to a town that you are gonna want to know about. This town has grown so much over the last few years. The population right now is just under 3,000 residents, up from 1,800 residents in 2010, and that is Turner, Oregon. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name's Mariah and I'm a real estate agent. My husband Spencer and I, we are a top producing husband and wife real estate team here in Oregon. And we work with a lot of relocation clients. So people that are relocating to our area from all over. If that's you, feel free to reach out anytime. We would absolutely love to work with you. But today we are going to be in Turner for a couple different things, which will take you guys with us too. So we thought, let's just show you guys the town, because this is a town where a good handful of our, relocation out of state buyers end up landing in. Now, a couple things you need to know if you are considering relocating to the Turner area. As you can see, there's lots of fields. It's a very rural, beautiful country feel. The town of Turner is home to the Enchanted Forest, which is a really, really cool. If you're visiting the area to like scope out the area, you got to check it out. It is a like whimsical fairy tale themed, I guess it is, amusement park. Honestly, whether you have kids or not, it's worth checking out, and I think it's pretty fun. The other thing that Turner is home of is the Willamette Valley Vineyards, which was actually recognized on the top 100 wineries in the world. Right here in Turner. It is really, really beautiful. There's a lot of wineries in the area, but honestly, I think Willamette Valley is more beautiful than all of them. Another thing to know about Turner is that there are limited resources in Turner specifically. However, you are only a 10-minute drive to Salem, depending on where in Turner you are. If you're further out, it might be longer. But you are only a 10-minute drive. Look at that body. Oh, you can't see it. There's some water right there. You are only a 10-minute drive to Salem, which is really, really convenient. However, in Turner specifically, there is limited resources. You have a market, it's growing as far as things going on. There's a cute little art, what's it called? A cute little art, I don't even know what you would call it. They teach classes, art classes there. You can rent it out for parties, that kind of thing. It's very cute. They have a couple different restaurants. They have a coffee shop, which we're gonna take you guys to because it is one of my favorite coffee shops. I used to drive like a good 25 minutes almost every day for a while. I was on a good streak to this coffee shop because their matcha is just so good. So we're gonna show you this coffee shop. It's very cute. They also have good breakfast sandwiches. And then we're gonna go on a walk at the Turner Lake, which is a man-made lake. And we're actually driving by it. I'll show you guys a better view. Around this lake, they have
not the greatest view.
It's not a good view. They do have a playground now too. They have built a new construction neighborhood around this lake. They also have apartments on the other end. It's a really cool neighborhood. It's definitely cool. So anyway, we're gonna show you guys a little bit more of the town of Turner and just take you guys with us on a little like vlog style video. And you guys can enjoy the town of Turner with us. And if you're thinking about buying real estate in or moving to Turner, we would love to help. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Is that the park I'm going to ride my bike?
We just drove by it. There's the post office, cute little town. And here we are rolling into the Storm Brewing, where they have the best matcha. Because it's Turner.
There's another straw.
Okay. Is it good? We are entering into the town of Turner. The average home value here is just around $520,000 or so, where the median sale price is around $413,000. There's a little pizza joint to our left. Fire station. One problem that we see, because we do, you know, we get buyers that reach out to us, and they are in all phases, I guess you could say, of the buying process. That is a great little cafe, turnaround cafe. We get buyers reaching out to us in all different phases of the buying process. And sometimes buyers will reach out and they are like, they don't even know where they're going to live yet. You know they want to move to Oregon or the Salem area, but they don't know exactly where, and that's fine. And other times they know exactly where they want to land, and they're more specific. We have a little coffee shop, another little coffee shop to our left, gas station, and that's the little like art studio I was talking about. They also have a little boutique, and I think it's like a boutique and then a thrift store maybe. It's very cute. As I was saying though, sometimes buyers reach out and they know where they want to live, and other times they aren't quite sure yet. But one problem that we see with the Turner area in particular is just the lack of inventory. So if a buyer does reach out and they only want to live in Turner, which usually they're more, you know, moving from out of state, our buyers are a little more broad than that. But if the buyer does only want to be in Turner, it might take a little bit longer to find something, because there's just less inventory. There's just less houses for sale, being that it is a smaller town than Salem. Here is a elementary school right in Turner. 1922. Wow. And then there is Turner Pool, I believe. Do you pay for like a membership, or is it just open to the public in the summer?
It's usually open to the public.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's open to the public in the summer.
I'd ride my bike.
They have swimming lessons here. Spencer used to ride his bike here.
Good place to be.
This is new. We've got a couple food trucks. I have not tried them, so I can't tell you if they're any good. As well as the new Turner Market, and then we've got the vintage Turner Market right there.
And then it looks like...
Which one's better?
They're going to remodel the center market.
That one's better?
Yeah.
What? But this one's like the vintage one. This is the OG.
New wood, yeah.
Look at that.
Wood on it. Re-siding.
Doesn't it just look old school? Look at that. We're zooming in on the side.
99-cent fountain drinks.
Wow. And that's really the town. Honestly, there's not too much more. There's a little more, not too much. However, there's a lot more. There's neighborhoods. You know, we didn't go through the neighborhoods. There's neighborhoods that are like right here in town, and then there's a little park. And then there's neighborhoods that are further out in the country, where it's going to be more rural feeling. There's going to be some pretty views, that type of thing. So that's really why I said you could live in Turner and be, like, if you live in this side of Turner, the town, you could be a 10-minute drive to some areas in Salem. But if you are further out in Turner, it could be a 20-minute drive to some parts of Salem. Oh, there's more food trucks. I think those are newer too. There's like 3 food trucks right there. Wow.
And there's a train track.
There is a train track. There is a train track.
Got a home for sale.
There's a home for sale to our right. Spencer, as the one who has lived in Turner, what did you love about living in Turner?
I mean, I like the security, the closeness to everything. If you're a kid growing up, you're able to still ride your bike and have that like old culture feeling.
Yeah.
And if you're a parent, I feel like
It feels safe.
pretty important.
Dad,
Feels
tell
pretty
me.
safe.
True.
Dad,
Yes.
tell me where you used to ride your bike and I want to ride.
Well, I used to ride my bike down here, so I lived 2 streets away, and this was a hidden baseball field, and it didn't look the way it does now. No one really ever took care of it.
Does it look better now?
Now it looks like they actually use it.
Okay.
Some league
That's
or
cool.
something, and they built a park. But like Turner, you have a surrounding creek, and it's called Mill Creek.
Okay, I'll ride my bike here.
And so in the middle of summer, when you're hitting the heat wave, you would float the creek. And luckily, where my house was, there was an out, so you could get out of the creek,
Right here.
and I could just walk home.
Wow. I don't think I've ever been to that playground before.
Yeah, that was...
So this is the baseball park. I didn't know this even existed in Turner.
Exactly.
It's like hidden.
It is. Nobody, I feel like...
It's totally hidden.
I mean, these bathrooms weren't here. That pergola wasn't there.
Wow.
But like, see this old fence? Like, this is an old nasty fence. That's really all that was here. And they never weeded the grass or put chalk down. But it's a good baseball field. It's a good usable field.
Right.
But the majority of us, we'd come down here because there's a swim hole behind the field.
I've been to that behind here.
It just kind of reminds you of like the Sandlot, you know?
Yeah. Turner definitely has a safe, small town, kind of like old school way of living feel.
Right.
This is pretty.
And then it looks like they created a trail. This trail wasn't really there when I was growing up.
Trail. Yeah, they even named it.
Yeah.
Chickadee Trail. So there's a little walking trail now. Wow.
I like it.
This is a little hidden gem right in the town of Turner.
Then how can we get out?
Right here where this tree is, in front of us, is where the rope swing was.
There you go. Ah, look at this. Wait, this is a creek? That's a big creek.
So that's...
Look at that. Beautiful.
That's the swim hole.
Beautiful. And that goes all around Turner or what?
Yeah, basically that Mill Creek surrounds Turner, feeds into Salem. So
it's very pretty.
You can put a firehouse, and then that'll float you all the way down, even through here. And sometimes you would get out here, or you could get out like where I used to live. But there's multiple pickup points you could do. And
a lot of Turner, because of that, is in a flood zone, which is important to know, because if your home is in a flood zone, you'll be required to pay home insurance. So the neighborhood we're going to go to next, Crawford Crossing, I believe those homes are all in the flood zone. Most of the area we're driving through, like the town, is in a flood zone. But like I said earlier, there's a lot more to Turner. Wow, this is pretty. Let's check it out. There's a lot more to Turner than just the town. You could go further outside the town, and you're gonna, if you drive out just past the town, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you're gonna get to like endless fields, lots of fields, just fields, you know, farmland, fields, houses on acres, a lot of that out there. Low turnover rate, so it's not every day that homes like that come on the market, but they're out there, and those homes are going to be a little further from Salem, but they're also not going to be probably in a flood zone. Here on our right, we have a Dollar General. Every little small town's getting one of these. So we're here at the parking lot. However, the neighborhood is all the way over there, but we're gonna walk all the way over there. We're gonna take a look at this new community. Well, it's not that new anymore. It's a few years old, but this community has homes ranging from, I would say, around $600,000 at this time to around $900,000 or so. It offers beautiful lake views in some instances. Some of them even have private lake access, like their own little docks. It's just a really cool community. However, the city of Turner can use this this little parking lot and park here and use this end of the lake. So I believe there's like private lake access on the other side for people that live in the community, but anyone can use this side of the lake. So we're gonna take a little walk and we'll show you guys a little bit of the community. In the summer, this lake, is it considered a lake? Is filled, a man-made lake, is filled with kayaks. People swim in it. I've never swam in it personally. I just I haven't brought myself to swim in it because I grew up here. Yeah. And I knew what this lake used to look like. There did not used to be any of the, it was just like a lake, a man-made lake, but it was like, people said it was sewer. Yeah. Which I don't know if that's true or not, but. You wouldn't even eat the fish if you got caught fishing in it. People that have only lived here a couple years have no idea about that, but now it is this beautiful lake with a neighborhood all around it, and you would never even know. And it's used, and it was never, no one ever swam in it up until, what, maybe a few years ago now, that they turned it into like an actual swimmable,
I mean, they treat the
kayakable
water, they make
lake.
sure the water is safe to swim in. So
Yeah.
they've definitely done a lot.
Yeah,
Work.
it's pretty cool. We are entering the neighborhood.
Careful.
The walking trail continues. We need to get closer, but this one has always been my favorite.
I guess the
Cute.
balcony.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, you guys always used to go all the way around.
We went all the way around. One bad thing about living in this neighborhood and one good thing. Go.
Bad thing?
Yeah.
I would live here, so I don't have a bad thing to say. I would say, like, for the price.
The lot sizes are quite small.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to find big backyards here.
Lemonade lots is what some Oregonians say it.
Yeah,
they are.
lemonade.
Lemonade lots, because you can give lemonade to your neighbor. They're that close.
I've never heard that phrase. Okay, and the good thing.
Good thing is, I mean, you do have community. I know that there's a lot of kids that live here. A lot of good families.
Yeah.
A lot of different backgrounds. You got school teachers. You got officers. You got a lot
police
of
officer
different. Oh, there is. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, you do have a good sense of community in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like you said, Turner, you can kind of live that lifestyle of kids when they're growing up, teenagers. You can have that peace of mind of safety. Crime rating's great. The police chief there, he's a great individual. There's like 3 different officers on duty at a time.
Yeah.
And I don't have many complaints.
Pro for me would be you can walk to Storm Brewing and get your matcha every day. Look, this one's for sale.
Yeah,
What about it?
Hey. Great. Stay on the sidewalk.
So here you can see some of the docks. Only some of the houses in this neighborhood obviously have docks. That's like an example of a typical yard here. Only some of the houses have docks, and here's what they look like. So what do you do off that dock? Because you're not allowed to have boats. So you can't have motorized boats, but you can have. You can't. I'm pretty sure I read it can't have a motor. You can have a paddle boat.
Horsepower.
Okay.
A minimal horsepower.
Well, it'd be fun to get a paddle boat.
Like fishing boats.
Really?
Yeah,
I swear I thought I read there was no motors, but there must be some sort of limit. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, they got benches I see off of those docks. And
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. A little built-in bench off your own dock. Could you imagine? For $800,000, that could be yours. This home's currently for sale, $698,000. I think it's one of the least expensive ones in this community right now. I know there's one for sale for like $849,000, and then there's one in the 7s. But that one is in the 600s right there. We are entering a private area for HOA members only. This is where we're at in the neighborhood. And it's called Crawford Cove Park. I like the name. Looks like we have a little basketball court up here with a beautiful lake view. And then in the summer, don't they have, oh, there are some life jackets over there on the other side of that sign. Cute.
Good without me.
Astrid just said she sees a stingray.
Too hot outside.
Okay, we finished the walk. It was about a 30-minute loop, I'd say. And now we're gonna sit at the playground while Astrid plays and drink my drink that I've been waiting to drink. Thank you guys for watching today. If you grabbed value from today's video, hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell because we come on here every single week with new videos, and we'll see you guys next time.